GM, everyone.
Hello, hello.
Jam.
How is it going with you guys? GM, everyone.
Hello,
Can
hello.
anyone hear me?
Jam.
Can anyone hear me?
How is it going with you guys?
Yeah.
GM, everyone.
Hello,
Can
hello.
anyone hear me?
Yeah.
Jam.
I can hear everybody just fine.
Can anyone hear me?
How is it going with you guys?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I feel like I'm playing a stream.
GM, everyone.
Hello,
Can
hello.
anyone hear me?
Yeah.
Jam.
I can hear everybody just fine.
Can anyone hear me?
How is it going with you guys?
Yeah.
I don't know. GM. Can anyone help tell how my audio is coming out?
I can hear you just fine. Or I can hear you just fine.
Yeah, it's fine. I can hear you.
I can barely hear D1. I'll turn them up.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So unless I placed my name to facilitate today's call. So I don't know if you have any plan for it.
Well, if you go to the agenda, which is posted in the general chat there, and essentially,
Yeah.
and essentially you just um, start at the top while you check. Spirited's taking notes today, so we have a note taker. Spirited can, use the beginning to add people in the attendance property. I'll drop a link to the recording, and the agenda just starts with you welcoming everybody and asking any new members to introduce themselves. And then if any members had any announcements to bring to the meeting, they would include it in the announcements section, and you would just read those announcements, but there aren't any. So after new member introductions, then each of the role holders will give their update, and then any folks that are here with projects that want to give updates can give their updates as well, and you just kind of facilitate that flow.
Sounds cool. Awesome. I was gonna run into that, but I was just for rushing in. Didn't know you were sharing your screen already, but it's good. We can work with your screen. Except I can share mine.
And yeah, if you want to share, if anybody else is able to share their screen, my internet is a little in and out today, but if not,
Yeah. So my screen is on.
sweet. Let me
I
stop.
don't know if anyone can view it.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna start by welcoming everyone to August 15th Guild Weekly Sync of Research Guild, and then starting off. We're gonna be following Ernesto's precepts right now. Welcome. It's a new week, and keen to seeing everyone be a part of our growth and development in Research Guild this week.
Yeah,
Started
GM,
by
mic check. GM, how's it going?
Jim. Welcome, sir.
Oh, anointing.
Yeah,
GM,
how's it going, sir?
GM. Yeah. Oh, no, the weather is here is um cold and feeling sick. Yeah, just come to say hi. I'll be dropping so quick, right? Yeah, good work. Good job, guys.
Man, wish yourself the recovery. It's cool, man. Take medications and give yourself a little rest. It was so on me some time ago last week. Yeah, but then had to take time out of work and see what can
Uh,
be achieved. Yeah, be cool, man.
Thanks.
All right, so we're gonna be starting off by welcoming everyone. Anase, can you please tell us how your week went last week? So very very short, possibly 3 5 seconds, and we dive in. So can do a little temp check on everyone, see how everyone is doing before we jump into what we have today.
GM everyone. My week was great. Thank you. I hope yours was too and everyone's. I hope you
Yeah,
have
sure.
a wonderful time today's meeting.
All right, welcome. D1, can you tell us a little about yourself? How you doing? How was the week?
GM, everyone.
GM.
My week was cool. Like, I did it and everything goes well. I just hoping to see a greater one with everybody and ready to work with the research guild this season. Like I want to be committed this time. So that's all I have for now. Thank you.
Awesome. That's cool, man. Looking forward to much participation this week in season 5. E Trinity, how you doing, sir? Okay, E Trinity is not there. Can we move to Fine? Fine, how are you doing? How was the week? Yo, Kravi, how are you doing, sir?
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Yeah, I'm great. So last week has been pretty hectic. Of course, about this gap week, I came to know. But being new to Bankless, I don't know what it is, except that everybody is away, apparently, mostly. Uh, yeah, and as I said, I am new. I am just exploring between different guilds, and this is my first call with Research Guild. Looking forward to have a good time. Thank you all.
Sounds cool, man. Sounds cool. Welcome. This is season 5, so we're expecting a whole lot this season, and this week as well. Kutubu, James, sir. How was the week? All right. Latsan, how you doing, sir? How was the week?
Um,
GM,
not so bad. I'm okay. Not so bad.
sounds cool, man. Awesome. Makel, hey Makel, how you doing, sir?
GM, everyone. It's actually an interesting week. Looking at we started the week with some some minor issues in the Dow General. I think that was the first time that we happened in the guild. But yeah, everything is cool. Everything is cool. I want to add something. Was it Kravi? Yeah, Kravi. If you'd like to get behind, OG is not around, so maybe Wednesday check the guild, or I'll just add you. I'll just type something in the RG General Charter, so OG will onboard you properly to the Research Guild. Welcome once again.
Sounds cool. Yeah, so every new joiner coming in newly to Research Queue, it's pretty much advisable to go through the onboarding section so you can find your route on how where to contribute here in Research Queue. Stain, how you doing, sir? How's your week going?
Hi, Jim, everybody. Yeah, my week was good. I'm a beginner too, so I'm just watching videos of crypto and trying to contribute as much as I can with meetings and being there. And yeah, I hope your week was good too. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, sure. Welcome. Love that part. Watching crypto videos, looking how to get float. That's awesome, man. Welcome to Research Guild Weekly Sync this week. Special Agent K, how you doing, sir? Welcome, GM.
Hey, good. Just checking in for our weekly meeting. So, welcome everybody.
Awesome. Spruder, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. The week has been fine. The starting of the week has been fine. I'm doing great. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Welcome. Think Decade, how you doing? GM, how's the week?
Yeah, the week is just getting started and I'm doing great. Looking forward to a great week.
Awesome. Welcome on board, sir. Welcome to Research Guild Weekly Meetings. Yuvalinga,
Hi everyone. Yeah, the past week was a bit hectic. I'm also new to Bankless. It's my second call, so kind of lurking, figuring out how everything's working. Yeah, happy to be here.
can hear you. You're cutting out. Zara,
Jam, everyone. I'm so new in research field, but I've been around in the DAO a little while. But this is my first meeting in research field. Trying to learn and contribute in the guild.
that's cool. Pretty cool. Welcome to Research Guild. Welcome to Weekly Sync. Feels good to have you on board. Ernest of Garza, how you doing? How was the past week?
Good. I'm doing well. I think too, if you refresh the page, you'll get some updates that have been added to the agenda. But yeah, excited for the new season and excited to see all the new folks that are here today and that keep coming.
Awesome. Welcome on board, everyone. Feels much feel comfortable to be here today. So we'll be kickstarting right now. With the Northwind. Any announcements from anyone in the DAO, in the guild? I'm going to be leaving it open to anyone. And announcements. If not, we'll move to the Northwind update.
Yeah, so for governance updates, we're waiting on the season 5 snapshot proposal, which there's a link to there in the notes. The end date is tomorrow at 3 a.m. So in 18 hours, the snapshot will be closed. So if you have any bank at all, this is the one way to use your bank is by voting on the snapshots. And then as soon as the snapshot goes through and all the budgets are ratified, then the grants committee, or basically the signers of the DAO Treasury, will disperse guild funding. And then so we can expect period 1 guild payouts to be coming this week. We're gonna toss up a poll to get confirmation from everybody, but essentially, due to the lack of liquidity on Polygon, it doesn't make much sense to do payouts on Polygon. So we just want to confirm with everybody our next payouts are going to be on the main net, but we'll ask the guild, and more than likely, ETH mainnet payments will be done for all disbursements for the season. But if anybody does still want their payments on Polygon for any reason, we can accommodate that. But you'll see a poll this week in the general chat and, well, in the announcements and the polls channel. And then just to let folks know, the gap week is essentially like a forced week off within the DAO. People do still work a little bit, or they're available, but by and large, there's like no meetings that anybody is expected to attend. And we will begin over the next 6 weeks essentially reviewing our guild's governance docs. And if you are not familiar with how the DAO or the guilds are organized, I'm starting to make these little videos that kind of just go into the basics of DAO governance documentation, and in particularly a couple of the guilds that I'm involved with. And hopefully these videos will kind of reinforce some of the workshops and learning that are going to happen in Education Guild and in some of the other guilds over the next several months. So you'll be seeing a lot of announcements and questions about the governance docs. Our governance docs, you can find them on our main Notion page. On the right-hand side, you'll see a link. Yeah, you'll see a link to all the governance docs. And essentially, in Notion...
last week, I wanted to line.
Sorry?
Can you mute your
Can
mic
you
if
check
you're not?
if you have your mic open? Kindly mute yourself. Thank you.
Okay. And so we're going to be asking folks to look at the governance documents that we have on Notions and leave comments on them. So for folks that are new to the guild and may not have edit permissions to Notions, we just want to make sure this week that we get in touch with you, that we get you access to our Notions so that you can leave comments and help us improve these documents over the season. And that's all for
Awesome.
governance updates.
Awesome. Thank you very much, sir. Much appreciated. I have a question on the snapshot, but I'll bring it to you, dear, much later. So it's actually not part of what we're saying. But yeah, seeing this snapshot disbursement, I remembered it. I'll bring it to your attention later. Let me not divert the attention of what we have here today. So the South Wind updates that will be done by OG, but he's not here. So he informed us that he's not going to be active. He has some engagement in real life, and he's not here presently. So I'll take it. It's a very short one. So like Ernest of Guy has said, we're still waiting for guild and project funds and snapshots that will be ending tomorrow. The votings and everything will be ending tomorrow, and yeah, the snapshot votes have reached the minimum vote standard. So by the end of the week, funds will probably be dispersed to various guilds, and payments will be able to be um, passed out. The CSV for the role holder salaries and bounties has been imported to parcel.money. So when guild funds enters, the payments will be executed according to salaries we have in the CSV doc. And yeah, so the Member of the Month award poll will be live tomorrow for the month of August. So I do not know how this is done. I might need help from Ernest of Gaia or maybe Wales or Syndicate on this. So for people that would love to nominate themselves, or maybe someone else nominates you for the Member of the Month award poll, which we can see here. You can see here, and from this link, you can reach out to them. So yeah, so can you help throw a little light on it, Ernest of Gaia, the Member of the Month award nomination?
Yeah, so essentially, the Member of the Month award, it serves two purposes in our guild. One, it gives folks opportunity to learn how to create NFTs. So I guess there's three reasons. The other one is that we want to encourage tipping culture and gift culture within the DAO and within our guild. So we award the Member of the Month 3,000 bank. We expect that about 2/3 of those funds will be used by that person to tip other members of the guild, maybe even other members of the DAO that they see doing research or being helpful to the research guild. And essentially, we run a nomination poll for 1 week, and people can self-nominate themselves or other people to the Member of the Month, and then we roll a election poll for a week after that. So essentially, nominations are the third week of each month, and then the elections for the Member of the Month award is the fourth or last week of each month. And I will that's pretty much all I have to say about that. I will drop a link to the OpenSea collection in the general chat for folks to check out.
All right, that's cool. So what this means practically to me, what I'm trying to understand here is that the awarding to the Member of the Month is more like is expected for tips for contributors or co-workers in the research guild that are doing well, like tipping them out, right?
Yeah, people that are being welcoming, people that,
Can anyone hear me?
oh, yes,
Yeah.
yep. So
All right.
basically,
So
it's for anybody who, brings some incitement and enthusiasm, or is helpful. Um, yeah, it's just a way to show appreciation, recognize some works for some people for their contributions. Um, and yeah, it's an NFT project, so it's lots of fun.
all right, that's cool. Quick one. Anyone have any question on the two updates we've done so far? The south wind and the north wind. Any questions so far before we move to the next one? Okay, so in the absence of any question, a quick reminder for new joiners that would want to learn more about BanklessDAO, Guild's projects, and how to contribute. Um, can join in OG on Wednesdays by 3 p.m. UTC for a quick onboarding call. So you get to learn more about the Bankless DAO, about different guilds projects, and more especially about Research Guild and how to contribute in Research Guild, how to be a part of a work group in Research Guild, and more like finding your rope in Research Guild. So you can join in OG. OG is the champion for the Southwind, so you can join him on Wednesdays by 3 p.m. UTC. And so if you have a question, you feel free to ask him during the call and everything thereabout. So for the member care here, we have the July Member of the Month. Our link and details is here on the Notion page. So this link, I'd have to copy him later and drop it there. So yeah, the prepping up to hosting member care weekly sync is coming up soon. So that's all we have here for OG,
Yeah, and
and we'll be moving.
I'll
Yeah.
just say
Okay.
briefly, if you go to the OpenSea collection, in the description of the NFTs is all the documentation on the Member of the Month award.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, we'll be moving to the update from the East Wind. Think the kid.
Hello, everyone. Okay, so update number one is I'm going to reiterate this. We have a bi weekly call to help projects and interest groups. So if you are working on any research project or you are on any interest group and you need help, join us. It happens Wednesdays, 6 p.m. UTC. And I think we have one for this week. So yeah, feel free to join us. And if you are looking to learn how to start interest groups, pick up some research stuff, it will be also good to join us to learn how to do that. We have a backlog of research topics that we are looking for members interested to pick up and research on. We are also looking for more researchers. It's sort of all of the new people. We have a lot of new folks in the guild, and this is research guild, and research is what we do, right? So we want people. We want more people to actually take the initiatives and just step up to help do research in various areas in crypto, Web3, DAO, etc. Yeah, I feel like as the East Wind role holder, I'm a little bit yeah, I'm a little bit. There are a lot of new members here, but we are not seeing like people actually forming interest groups and picking up research stuff and actually doing research. And as a research guild, that could be potentially detrimental to their guild, because if we have so many members and yet no research is being done, then how does that play into our mission as a guild? But shout out to the Bankless Research Squad, though. I think stewarded by Senat. It's quite good to have that sort of initiative happening. And so if you want to also join that, yeah, you can also feel free and then contact Senat and join that one too. But like I indicated, I'm reiterating this because it's very, very important. All of the new people joining Research Guild, research is what we do, and you don't need to understand or know research to do research. The reason why we do research is because we don't know, right? The research is what we do when we don't know what we are doing. So feel free to yeah.
Maybe I can add a little bit on that. Thank you, Think
Yeah,
Decade.
I was reading your DM.
Yeah, an important thing are these bi-weekly calls. These are really just great, maybe also to just hop on and listen to what the people are talking about. Because as far as I understand, what this really is about is going into this sort of agreement that an interest group is making when they are starting and see how they can develop. So as Think Decade has said, and as like the Research Guild does, when we have no idea what we're doing, we are researching, right? And we have different topics we can conduct research on. And as you can see from our interest groups, there are already fields that are covered. And I'm talking to every single one of you now in the room. If you think that, or if you are interested in a specific topic, if you think, oh, this is hot, this is something I would like to do research on, this is something I would like to bring to the guild or make part of my contributions to the guild, and it's not already here, then you can always introduce us to this. There's a template for creating an interest group, which is on the Get Involved page. If you go to the interest group, you can create a template, And then it basically starts by filling out this template, okay? And as you fill out this template and starting to answer these questions, you will see sort of what are the next steps. And these weekly calls, as well as bi-weekly East Wind Roll meetings with Think Decade, are here to help you develop this interest group into a potentially work group, okay? And we have the incentives in the guilds to make sure that you get compensated for doing that, because there are 3 different ways to, and I would encourage everybody to watch the video at the Get Involved page of the ways to earn bank in the Research Guild. First, we have coordinate rounds within the Research Guild, guild-wide coordinate rounds. Second, we have proposals that you can make, and if who's sharing the screen? Is it you, Anointing, or Think Decade? Or if you just scroll down to the bottom, I hope the agenda hasn't changed since I was going around. If you scroll down to the weekly agenda, you can find, there we go, a little bit more up, a little bit more up, a little bit more up. The last part before the table. Yeah, there we go. Grants require guild proposals, okay? Join a scope squad for research support purposes. Between 1 and 4,000 bank as a grant for a season, depending on how much you contributed. So if you worked your ass off, contributed to an interest group, conducted research, and kind of moved it forward, you can propose for 4,000 bank, and if there are no objections to the proposal, you get reimbursed. There are examples, proposals that have been already done in the guild. So on top of my head, I have Pancho and Joe King, who have contributed to the stablecoin research work group in season 3, which was between January and April. And they both requested, I think it was 3,000 bank or 4,000, I'm not sure, each. And the proposal was passed and the guild reimbursed them. So you have the second type of incentive, which is the research, joining an interest group or work group, okay, or being part of a project planning, kind of project planning work group. And the third one was to participate in these weekly calls and taking notes, giving project updates. If you're involved in such an interest group, okay, you cannot just earn bank by contributing to the research, to the interest group and pushing it forward. You can also earn by giving updates on what you have done and what you have achieved over, and how members can potentially get involved. And so you can incentivize your own efforts with the incentives that we have here in the guild, which is great. And I would encourage everybody, again, it's like I'm sounding like a broken record, but this is why you should focus on specific guilds, because if you go into the guild and see what the guild offers, then you can make the most out of it by, understanding it and being able to extract as much as possible, not just in form of reimbursement, but also in form of efforts and contributions to bring the guild forward. And then making our East Wind coordinator, Think Decade, an easier time to move forward, because then he will have a lot of interest groups to help with and everybody's happy. So yeah, this is basically what I wanted to say.
Thank you, Senat, and yes, that will make me happy, because right now I'm a bit down because there are so many new members, and it's like there's not really much research going on within the guild. So yeah, let me keep.
Say, just this thing. Sorry, I can already say, if you want to see how this East Wind roll calls will be kind of conducted, then make sure to join the next one, because I think we will elaborate a bit on Bankless research together with Think Decade. I'm actually happy to show you the progress and to get kind of your input, as you're also someone who has successfully developed a project, kind of justified it or defeated it in front of the grants committee. So you're actually an eligible person to do that because you have the experience. So
yeah, and NS2 is going to be there. The most awesome house cleaner in Web3. You don't want to miss this meeting. So yes, it's Wednesdays, 6 p.m., 8 p.m. UTC, I believe. So yes, I'm going to give a brief update on some of the project or some of the active backlog project. So we have the Web3 social media research, and Alloy has reached out to me to potentially see if he can work on it, or maybe we can have a couple of people banding together to work on it. We have a thread for that. So yes, Alloy, I hope to see you on the next call so that we would see how to move it forward. I think there is also the test DAO, and I think they do a couple of things. So check it out if you are looking for place to do to also do research. So yeah, generally that's sort of the update and overview from the East Wind role. Let's band together and do research. That's what I would. That's my closing remarks. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. That was so digesting. Listening to you and Sinad, support and so much. Thank you very much. So I'd like to know if anyone has questions on the East Wing updates. Anyone have any question they want to throw off?
Quick question about the 8 UTC meeting. I couldn't find a note on it on the Notion. Is it where's a good calendar place to check that?
If you go to
Okay.
if you go to the main research guild page, and or you just click on the database matrix for the person's sharing their screen, the top left of your screen, you have the wiki breadcrumbs. Yep. Yeah, and so the database matrix is accessible from, there's a view of it on our main Notion. There's several different types of views, but if you
This is
are, let's see.
I got, and then I was looking for the meeting at 8 UTC on Wednesdays, and this is kind of why I asked, because this is where I got lost. Because I think that the one that you're pointing at is marked as
It's not.
4 UTC.
I think I put it for the wrong day. I think I did July. Yep. So I just did the wrong date on it. Let me fix that. Okay, so now you should see, if you refresh your page, a calendar event on Wednesday the 17th. And yeah, the slide said 8 p.m. UTC, but Think Decade said 6 p.m. UTC.
8 p.m. Sir, I made a mistake.
Okay. So let me put the time on here.
Thank you so much. It's just like I'm still trying to get oriented and just join the calls and yeah. Thank you.
No, that's the main thing always. Not gonna lie. And so that will be 1 p.m. my time. All right. So now, whether you're looking at the meetings table view or the calendar of events, it should be on there. Yep, for Wednesday the 17th at 8 p.m. UTC. Yeah, and so the other thing I'll say, for lots of new folks, so I'm really doubling down and working with the Education Guild this season. I'm really trying to create a lot of content and videos, especially for new people. And with Education Guild, we have the new joiner sessions, but we'll also be developing, like, well, what do you need to know after the new joiner sessions, and on the Education Guild calendar, there will, essentially, every month there's going to be knowledge sessions on tools, on different DeFi stuff. And so if folks who are super new to Web3 and blockchain, or new to Discord, if you're new to Notions, if you're new to any and you need help understanding any of the basic tools that you see using, and understanding how the Discord is organized and the guilds are organized, please ask your questions in the general chat. We have lots of people that have been figuring this out and that can kind of help you with things. But then the questions also give me content to be able to put into videos, to be able to share with people. And, the DAO is only a year old. It changes a little bit every season, and the space itself changes. So, the main thing is that, the obstacles that we encounter and that we see are all opportunities for us to figure out ways to collaborate better, to, be able to have fun and do the things that we want to do. And essentially, in Research Guild, we are quite a bit different from most guilds in our incentive structures, slightly different in the way we're structured in general, but we essentially have guild administration, and that kind of guild administration and taking care of the guild, taking care of members, these are skills and talents that we are trying to develop. And these skills are useful no matter what guild you're in. So there's a way to participate in the guild itself and to learn more about how, the guild and the DAO operates, how proposals are done, how consensus is built. But then as far as research, talent development, and, just DAO talent development, we essentially are divided into interest groups and work groups. And interest groups are basically work groups that are in the planning stages. And it's very fuzzy, and it really takes members to drive the interest groups. The role holders, we're not here to drive projects. We're here to help people drive projects, and develop your talent so that you can be a better researcher, that you could be a better, Taoist, that you can learn how to work and collaborate. And we realized a couple seasons ago that most research in the DAO happens wherever it's done. It doesn't have to be done in the research guild. But if it's being done outside the research guild, we want to facilitate and support that research. It's just way less maintenance than doing it ourselves. So if Bankless Africa has a research work stream, or Bankless Consulting, or the Academy, or some other project in the DAO, we don't try to take that over and do all the research in here. Much like tokenomics research is actually being done in 3 distinct places within the DAO. And so we just want to support, that whole research work stream. But people do have their own interests, and so we do want to allow people to develop work groups within the guild and do research here. And so work groups are just more formalized interest groups that
I
have
got a
some
new template.
structure and may have some kind of funding outside of the guild incentives. So that's the basic structure of the guild. As much as possible, we want to support what members want to do as role holders. So we're not really here to, always tell you what to do. But we're super excited to see all the new people. We want to work with you wherever you're at in your Bankless journey. And yeah, that's all I got to say about that. If folks have questions, or project updates, we have about 20 minutes left.
Yeah, maybe before I go to the project updates, which I would like to give one for Bankless Research quickly, I would just say that, as Ernest correctly pointed out, it's not, we don't want to do the research for the DAO. We would rather help you connect with the DAO and contribute to other projects by doing research. Because we have a few guilds here and work groups that do have coordinate rounds, and where research is one part of, for example, drafting a proposal. Because the cycle of work groups often how should I say orientates towards creating proposals together that you can submit, and then they maybe go to the forum, and then the community can discuss this. And as we have seen in the DAO, there are a few proposals that have been created months ago, and they haven't really been pushed forward. And I'm telling you, most of these proposals, and it's the classic, and you have this in research and in academic research as well, is you always, when you do research, when you kind of collect all the data and form some kind of documentation on it, you have to often do additional research on top of that. And that's the point where most people fail, or where most, I think, proposals get stuck, let's say. There is a little bit more research that needs to be done, but kind of the person that has initiated all these efforts is a little bit maybe tired and waits a little bit until somebody else jumps in. And so there's actually lots of opportunities for Research Guild members to actually bootstrap proposal process. And this is one of my newest realizations here in the DAO. It's like, and that it's like there with research, we can actually push so many proposals forward, because that's actually the one thing that is needed, especially. And the Westwind role, which is the responsibility of Crown, would be here to really find these places where you can plug in. One of the initiatives is the job board, which shows where you can find a job, aka where you can plug in into other guilds and conduct the research and apply your research skills. But also maybe thinking about new initiatives. And as Ernest has said, like, we are also here to learn from you. It's not that we are grandmasters and I don't know what. We are actually here to learn all from each other. So keep that in mind. Speak up if you have something to say, and there are no dumb questions, as always. So actually, wait. Any questions from after my little monologue here? If you come up with someone,
Yeah,
just oh yeah, here we go. Hey.
Yeah, this is Keravi. My question is, all these projects you're talking about, of course, apparently all are for internal purpose only. So my question is, are we working for any client projects also? Or I would like to know a little more about that. Thank you.
You mean if the Research Guild is working on clients?
Yes, I just want to know how we are.
Not directly, I would say. The kind of external or external work, like the work group that focus on external projects and protocols, would be Bankless Research. But all the other efforts are more internally, I would say. But that being said, by contributing to internal efforts, like research efforts for, let's say, the marketing campaign work group, which indeed reaches out to projects outside of the DAO, needs research, you actually contributing to an initiative that goes outside of our borders to, make meaningful contributions. But the way you are contributing is internally, if you know what I mean. So it's not limited to internal contributions, but the research efforts are mostly made internally besides Bankless Research. Bankless Research is more the step where, you've been proven to be a good researcher, reliable, and want to take your research skills and conduct research, professional research for clients outside of, I don't want to call them clients, but let's say projects and grants opportunities that are out there, as part of our work group. I hope this answers your question.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Of course. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just wanted to know if there are any other questions before we move on to the West Wind update. All right. The West Wind update. We have Crown here, but Crown is not in the room, so I'm gonna take it. But since we have Sinan's name here, he
Crown's
will
here.
help us. I don't know. Crown. Don't know if he's here. Can't find him.
Hi,
Okay.
Thompson.
All right. GM, welcome to.
Yeah,
All right.
GM, bro. Okay. So for the West Wind, we created a. I don't know. I think we spoke about this before the end of the last season. We created a document where we would be putting in updates and possible opportunities for research guild members in projects in the DAO and other guilds in the DAO. And so we'll be joining the calls this week because last week was gap week. The gap week that just concluded last 2 weeks, and I was away for a real life project for the past few days. So I just resumed back this week. So I have my eyes on ground and I'm looking to see if there are opportunities. Though we Kutubu and I we already spoke about some that will be updating soon and we'll share it in the general chatter later this week. So that's basically the updates from the West Wing. Well,
I would have a question. Is there like beyond or besides the job board? Is there maybe something like another initiative you planned to work on? Because I'm not very familiar with the West Wind documentation, but I would be in general interested to know whether there are other steps or that are going to be conducted to further help our researchers to plug into projects that go beyond maybe the job board.
concerning that, when I got into the position of the West Wind role holder, I spoke with the former role holder and Ernest. So we discussed the state of the role presently, and there was no form of documentation of anything. So the first step from my own part, which I relate to Kutubu, was to get that documentation done. And when we see we've gotten enough, should I say, what I want to do basically from my own part is to create like a pipeline and a link with other guilds in the DAO first. So when we see that okay, we've done that, we've created that pipeline, we can now look outside the DAO and see if we can bring in opportunities. It can be through D work, jobs, research job on D work and all. So but I don't want to just jump the gun and start moving outside when we've not even really created a working pipeline within the DAO. So I feel after this month, if we see that okay, we have already 3, 4 opportunities that are working well in the DAO, we can start looking at D-Work, Twitter, and other places where there can be Web3 jobs for research-minded people. So that's basically the plan. This month, see what we can do within the DAO. Then next month or say, the next half of this quarter, see what we can do outside the DAO. So that's basically what I have in mind.
Okay, no, thank you. That's basically also what I've asked because there we have an idea for a potential interest group. Like you said, pipeline and figuring out how to develop one. I think there are probably, and that's what I've learned since contributing to the DAO, there are a lot of initiatives out there and other DAOs and communities that are being practiced in that work. And so if we, for example, if you want to, and that's the thing, that's like self-initiative. Like you see an opportunity, you can create basically also interest groups to help role holders fulfill their mission, basically. And maybe you come up with, it's a meaningful interest group that will potentially continue. And so in general, this is also something I want to highlight, is um, by interest groups, you don't have to take big topics to cover. It can be also something like fulfilling a purpose, which is part of creating such a pipeline internal to the DAO. Yeah. Okay. No, thanks for the update.
Yeah, and I can shed a little extra light too on this. So the West Wind role in the Research Guild, you can look at as kind of the DAO relationships arm of the Research Guild. And so our job board is essentially a mini CRM, kind of fashioned, using the DAO Relationships Guild CRM as a model. And essentially it's a database where we insert information on other research work streams starting out within the DAO, and we need it'd be helpful, so anybody that's interested in DAO Relationships Guild, I would encourage you to attend the DAO Relationships Guild meetings and start working with Crown, asking how they may be supported, learn how to do discovery calls into the relationships guild so that you understand how to then reach out to the other guilds and try to identify their work streams. And then, another new development in the DAO is that some of the guilds are moving towards D work to be able to kind of build that pipeline, that work stream. So one of the things that folks that are interested in the West Wind kind of support is would it benefit the Research Guild to have a DWork works site so that other guilds could request research work, right? Basically do research bounties, or our job board could list out and track like research DWork tasks from other guilds. So this is kind of the discussion and the work that's going around the West Wind kind of stuff. And if you're interested in that, join the DAO Relationships Guild. We also need folks that want to attend project management guild meetings. So all of our interest groups, all of our work groups would benefit from people learning project management skills. And this, it's not a one-day thing. And so we try to help people with their research skills, but we can't develop your project management skills as good as, folks in the project management guild. So this is a way to kind of collaborate with other guilds, and I would encourage folks to attend Writers Guild, AV Guild, or Design Guild even. If you're interested in Marketing Guild or DAO Relationships Guild, all those talents are needed in the Research Guild, but we can't develop those talents. But we can give you opportunities to experiment, right, and develop those talents. So hopefully that's a helpful little orientation. And if folks are interested in learning about DWork and want to see if DWork is something the Research Guild can use, then just join the admin stuff channel where we have these kind of discussions, and folks that are interested in helping and wanting to learn about administration things like DWork or Sobel or Notions or multi-sigs, feel free to hop in this channel and say hello.
Yeah, thanks for that, Ernest. And to also add, for folks that, just to put this out there, in the marketing guild, there would be a lot of opportunities for researchers this season, because there is a new workflow that is being implemented there. So for content for the social media pages, um, would be writing. We need writers, we need researchers that will research on topics that are to be put out there in the social media platforms, and that will be used for either carousel posts or skits. So for people that want to contribute in that aspect, I mean researchers here, you can join the marketing guild if you've not joined, and look at the content strategy channel there and join the discussions and see where you can contribute. But all this would be put in the document, and later on would send it out and maybe pin it in one of the channels in the research group, so people can just go to that document, click on the link and see where they feel they will fit in best. So that's it.
Yeah, so if you're attending the marketing guild meetings and you can identify research needs, you can get bounties in the research guild for sharing and updating our guild on the research activities in other guilds. So this is the marketing guild's a very good example of a guild that has a stable, has actually, you know, they're generating revenue. So as much as possible, we want to support that research work stream over there. So if you're interested in bringing those updates to the research guild, get with one of the role holders and we'll help you, teach you how to claim that bounty for bringing that research information to the guild.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Crown. Thank you, Ernest of Gaia. Thank you, Sinad. One of the questions I have is what you said now, Ernest of Gaia, on claiming bounties, more like course cube that's talking about.
So at the end of all the weekly sync um, agendas is that and from is a description of our guild incentive structure. And essentially these, when you give updates to the guild, either written or verbally, these you can just claim, and as long as you're giving an update and not just saying, things are the same as last week, um, which is usually every other week is a good time to give an update from another project. Then all you have to do is fill in your name in one of the bounties at the end of the guild sync. So, for example, you'll see where whoever is the speaker, they should come, add their name here, and then the note taker as well. And if you gave a verbal or written update, you just add your name. And then the note taker at the end of the meeting enters these claims into the bounty table. And if the simple bounties and updates, you just kind of claim them. If you, for the grants, it just takes a very simple proposal. You don't need, you can have a Google Doc associated with it, but the grants need to kind of be either applied for retroactively after you've done the work and everybody's liked it, or you can even, request the grants, as you're doing the work or before you do the work.
Sounds cool. Thank you for that information.
Yep. And that's one of the reasons why we have such a high bounty for note taking and facilitation of the meetings, we feel like these are kind of the two most important administrative tasks. And the note taker is really there to make sure that people's bounties get entered in, that the agendas are set up, ahead of time for other people to contribute to. And then, the speaker is the one there that, puts themselves out there. um, so yeah, if you need any help understanding more about these bounties, just ask the role holders or, ask us in general chat, and we can help you, learn how to do it.
And by the way, good job on leading the call and everything. So heads up on this.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to be moving over to the meeting project objects. So we have the test style, but Infinite for me. I don't think she's on the call. All right, so I'm going to quickly give this update. So the 2 grants have been completed. A tentative timeline for finished project write-ups completed, and this will need reviews on tooling by November 5th. Any interest in tools can be discussed with FOMI on how to complete this write-up. And we'll be looking for more tooling options for demonstrations starting in September, and for more grants to be completed. So yeah, they've started building website for this project, I guess. Interested members who have not joined already can go to the TestDAO Discord to join. The link is here on the Notion page. And yeah, this project is still looking for, the TestDAO project is still looking for people with assertiveness and idea on what type of tools they will want to explore, ideas on what TestDAO can do to succeed. So if you've got ideas on better tools that can be used by TestDAO, or any idea on what TestDAO can get involved with to succeed. If I'm not making a mistake, I stand to be corrected. Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Okay. Opera, can you help me to microphone? Hearing some glitches. Yes, so stand to be corrected on this information. So any person here on the call that has ideas or knows what type of tools that will be very useful for TestDAO, please reach out to them on Discord. Yeah, so he's here, so I'll give space for him to give his, updates on the Bankless Africa Research Work Group. Kutubu. Kutubu. Okay, so I'll go ahead with that. For the Bankless Research Work Group, the weekly sync for the Bankless Africa Research Work Group is on Thursdays by 2:30 p.m. UTC. So you can join the call, join the sync, and get more information about the Bankless Africa Research Work Group. And yeah, the season 4 research, I guess that were carried out was on GameFi, and although compilations are still ongoing from what I can read here, and connecting with writers is happening, and write-up starting soon. Season 5 is starting pretty much strong for the research Bankers Africa Research Work Group. And then yeah, research topics brainstorming is happening live and will end in a week time. So yeah, if I can get someone, I don't know, but someone can help throw more light on this Bankless Africa Research Work Group. I don't know. Think Ticket, can you help us if any information or anyone?
The Bankless Africa Research Work Group has.
Okay.
Oh.
I guess
sorry about
they're
that.
not here.
No, I was just muted. The Bankless Africa Research Work Group basically has 2 work streams. one work stream is research for the media node for its social media, its podcasts, research for newsletters. The other work stream in the Bankless Africa research work group is to publish like a journal level research publication, where the research is usually done over 3 months. It's usually research that's specific to folks in Africa, and in the beginning of kind of each period of the work, the members of the work group kind of decide what the main research topic is. The last Bankless Africa research report is currently an NFT on the testnet, and it will be published through Good Morning News, and it'll be available. It's been published online, but it'll be available for people to buy as an NFT, hopefully within the next couple weeks. I'll drop a link in the general chat to the testnet version of the report, and the current report, as noted, for this season is GameFi. So that's kind of a quick rundown of the Bankless Africa Research Work Group and the kind of two work streams there.
Thank you very much for that information. That's much, much, much appreciated. And I must say, the Bankless Africa Research Work Group is doing a whole lot of job. I've been able to see the NFT from the Good Morning News on our channel, our Discord, and it's much pretty work that have been done there. And one of the things I would like to encourage everyone on this call right here now, from start to bottom, from everyone on the top here to the least persons here, everyone, I'd like to encourage us to keep coming in, and evolving to a new system is not something that everyone is so easy to adapt to, right? I'm going to put it that way because it seems easy in the first place, but when you keep on keeping on, you find out that the work becomes much difficult. I like to encourage everyone to keep on joining the course. Yeah, you might get a kind of distracted on not knowing what to do, how to get plugged in, the kind of jobs to pick up, the kind of stuff to lay your hands on. Yeah, but keep on, just keep coming. At some point, it's going to make sense, and then you start seeing ways to contribute and be a part of the research queue.
Yeah, and I just want to do
Yeah.
a little bit more of a plug. So lots of folks are wondering, like, what do you do with bank? How do you make bank? And I just want to give the NFT as an example of the possibilities of publishing. So that's one of the other things that the Research Guild is trying to develop this season. It is the ability to publish things. We've actually budgeted this season for publishing to be able to take research that people do and move through the EPA. But essentially, this Bankless Africa NFT report, there will be 1,000 of them available for sale for 1,000 bank per NFT. If you do the math on that, that's a million bank, right? And I dropped a link not only to the NFT on OpenSea on the testnet, but to the revenue share agreement that's kind of the core of this project. And I had to figure out how to do this project. And this project involved 14 different members from three different guilds, and one media node, um, Bankless Africa, Research Guild, Writers Guild, PM Guild. And so there's not only a revenue share with each of those 14 people, but then there's a revenue share for each guild, and then the DAO itself will get a portion of that 1 million bank. So, 1 million bank divided by, say, 20 different entities is 50,000 bank per person. Now, most of that's going to the guild that they work in, but they're still getting, I think, 2% of that 1 million. So 20,000 bank. And these people have all already been paid, for the work that they did. So this is kind of just like some extra funding that they'll get access to. And this is a decentralized project. This is what a project looks like in the DAO. I think this is a project that anybody can learn how to do. And yeah, there'll be lots more opportunities like this in the future.
That sounds cool and awesome. And looking going forward, I believe everyone here, maybe not everyone, but most of us will look for a way and see to it that we get plugged in, get involved in these researches. Because how do you know if you don't be a part of it? How do you know how to do something if you do not practice it from time to time? So, like I am a very I'm much into learning, right? I'm much more into seeing what is available to learn, getting more ideas, because you can only be at the top if you keep getting ideas and implementing them, right? And for you to get those ideas, you need to be where you can get them at the right time. So I really want to thank everyone. Thank you very much, Ernest of Gaia, Sinat, Indicate, every little person on this call. And yeah, we are 30 minutes on top of the hour. I'll give room for any more information or announcements coming from anyone. So yeah, we have a member agenda here. Infinite for me said Crypto Sapiens is still looking for researchers to bring potential talents for interviews, right? For researchers to complete briefing documents for future episodes. So I think this is still an open task. It's still an open task. So we can have contributors and researchers from here go over to Crypto Sapiens. You can join their Discord and discover a way to get involved in what is being done in the Crypto Sapiens. It's an awesome podcast they're doing. Twitter Spaces are cool, and I've been a part of it for some time, but not so much involved. But we'll continue from now. See how to bring in more talent for interviews. Thereby building the Crypto Sapiens more, and we're growing continuously, and yeah, getting recognized for the jobs we do. So with that being said, I'll give room for any more announcements that is not here on the Notion page for some minutes before we can call it a day. Ernest of Guy, Sinad, any more announcements? If no more announcements, we can call it a day. And thank you everyone for showing up. There are lots and lots of other places you could have been, but you chose to come out, and here we are today. I believe we've gotten lots of informations that we're going to be running with this week. So this week is always like others, an interesting one that we can keep doing stuff and getting recognized for all the jobs we do, and that's time to learn. Yeah. So I'm going to be asking anyone else wants to support the closure of the meeting.
Yeah. In the absence of, I don't think coach is here yet. Okay, he's not going to come. To all new joiners, you can catch OG in the guild office hours on Wednesday, 3 p.m. UTC. So if you are wondering about how to contribute in the guild, or if you need anything, just attend the weekly call, sorry, the weekly sync on Wednesday, 3 p.m. UTC, and then OG will get you plugged in. So I think that's all. Have a wonderful day, y'all.
All right. We've come to the end of this weekly sync. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. Much, much appreciated. What an awesome time for everyone to learn. Peace out.
Take care.